Okay. Hi guys. Good evening, one and all. So I'm just going to give you a few tips, suggestions, or like stress breakers, which are really required for you in this one day. Like you have one day for your examination. So tomorrow is a valid day. Few of you may have plans to travel to the examination centers, or few of you, if you're residing in the same place where your examination centers are there, yes, that's going to be wonderful. So tomorrow you have all sorts of things, like you need to plan accordingly, but there are few things that you have to consider before going to the examination or before giving your examination. Okay. So March 1st is your examination, and you have tomorrow, that is February 20th, one day for your exam. So today I'm not considering, one day for your examination. And the main important aspects that you have to focus on, one is your mental fitness. You should be mentally very, very strong. Okay. You should not talk much about the subject related to the examination with anyone. Okay. And particularly before you're entering into the examination center. So there will be people sitting on a group and discussions and everything goes on. Don't do such things. Okay. So this is going to affect your mental illness. You have done extraordinary. So you're being with Conquer from 1 year, few of you from 2 years, few of you from 6 months, and you're doing good. So there's nothing extraordinary that you can do half an hour or 1 hour before the examination in front of the examination center. If you want, you can read, like whatever you want to read, you read yourself. Don't discuss with your batchmates. The answer is that, the answer is this, all these stories, please don't do, because there may be some students, some individuals, unknowingly or knowingly, they may create some negative impact on your examination. They'll ask you, hey, do you know cephalosporin's classification? Immediately I know that you can manage cephalosporin's classification, and you also know that you can manage cephalosporin classification. But when an open-end question is given to anyone, even to the person who has prepared cephalosporin's classification also, the author also, he will have a dilemma. Okay. So that dilemma will be more one day before examination or few hours before examination. So don't do that. Don't don't try to check your knowledge, or don't try to check the knowledge of your friend or your co-aspirant. So this may create negative impact on you. So that is about the mental fitness. Like you need to talk with the individuals who are positive. If you're stressed, if you want to talk with someone who is positive to you. Talk with someone who is going to give some positive vibes to you. So don't talk with your co-aspirants, okay, because unknowingly, knowingly, they may give some negative feedbacks that will decrease your fitness. Mental fitness. Second one, physically you should be very active. So I strongly recommend you to have a very good sleep today, because tomorrow also you have to sleep, but I'm not very sure about tomorrow's sleep. Okay, so this is what my feeling when I was giving my examination. It was my sleep pattern one day before, like the day before exam, was hardly like 3 or 4 hours, because it was very difficult for me to manage the sleep and all those things, because I was in a different center. Center is far away from my place, and we have taken a hotel over there. It's going to be difficult for few of you. So today have good sleep. Today have proper sleep. Like even tomorrow also, whenever you feel sleepy, go sleep, because sleep is very important for your performance in the examination center. Okay, right. So physically, mentally, you should be fit. Have some good food, light food. Okay. So on the day of examination also, I prefer you to have a light breakfast from the place or from the home, or the same type of food what you're taking. For example, you're staying in home, whatever things you are eating every day, do the same. Or if you're eating outside every day, staying in a hostel or eating outside, make sure you take food from the same place. Okay, don't go randomly and pick some oily food or something, because nothing is going to happen, because I know that your body and my body are so resistant to everything. But why to take a risk? Because exam is more important than anything, because we are working from past 1 year for this examination. So don't drink anything outside, don't drink anything cool outside. Okay, so make sure you drink sealed water. Whatever happens after the exam is fine, but before exam is going to hurt you and hurt me too. Okay, so good food, good water, light food, okay, good sleep, physically, mentally fit. These are basic requirements from your side before you enter the examination center. One. So apart from this, like like before the exam, like whatever you want, you can refer, you can plan. There may be few mentors telling you don't read anything 1 hour before the exam. I don't have any such suggestions. Whatever you want, you read. Make sure it is more relevant to the revision part. Okay, don't waste your time on XYZ stuff until unless it is a repeat or it's a controversial repeat question. Okay, that is accepted. You can waste some time, but but if it is not a repeat, if it is something like an XYZ, an update, or very far from the scope of repeats or very far from the scope of revision, don't waste time on such things. Okay, so coming to the plan for tomorrow, like probably if you're reading like 10 or 12 hours tomorrow, along with 3 hours today, so you have somewhere around like 10 to 15 hours of revision time from now till the date of examination, till the time of exam. So I'll go with the first year subjects. Okay, you want me to tell those things? You want me to discuss those things? Or shall we have only a few more positive talks that may break your stress? You want me to discuss the must-do aspects? Okay, so like as I suggested you in the last 14 days or in the last 3 or 4 days, I asked you to go ahead with the mock exams, the 25 mock exams, plus the 10 years repeats or something like I have suggested you. Like people who are already doing good, you can just check the classifications and these numbers and everything from your Power Playbooks or the quick revision videos. This is what the suggestion I have given, and I hope that you have done at least like 50-60%, and I hope you have reached that 50-60% in it. But make sure you try to spend more quality of time with the repeats, because repeats should not be spoiled in the exam. Okay, like for example, if it is a mock exam question, your 25 mocks are only for you. The other institute people will have a different mock series. Okay, so even if you spoil a mock exam question, that is accepted at a particular level. But when you're talking about repeats 2022 or 2020 or 2021, so when I'm talking about repeats are common for all the students who are preparing from any institute in the country who are going to give exam on the March 1st. That is common, that everyone they will do repeats. So when a repeat is coming in exam, and if you are spoiling the repeat, then you are intentionally moving out of the competition. So this is very important. So you should be very accurate. I know that, I mean, like whenever they're asking repeated questions, the controversial questions will not be asked 99% of cases. Don't worry about that controversy regarding the questions, but I want you to focus more on the repeats, because repeats should not be spoiled, because people who are going to give competition, like the 1,000 or 2,000 students who are doing really extraordinary and who feel they are in the competition with you, the 2,000 students, all these 2,000 students, most of these 2,000 students will be perfect with the repeats rather than the 25 mock exams. 25 mock exams, Conquer students will be perfect. So this common sense, I hope you have this common sense, and I hope you have done repeats well. But there are few students, when I'm asking questions on the group, they are going wrong in the repeats. It's okay, accepted, but give a glance over the repeats. Okay, so coming to the things that you should not skip, coming to anatomy, I strongly recommend to have a quick glance of your dental pulse synopsis of anatomy, particularly your osteology, particularly your general histology, general embryology, the pharyngeal arches, general histology, examples of each type of epithelium, how to identify those epitheliums, and your osteology basics, your branches of your arteries, branches of your nerves, all nerves exceptions, and all these are very, very important. And I hope you have done it. If you have done it, no need. If you are not done, make sure these has to be given importance. That is all about anatomy. So jumping into the next part, that is your biochemistry. So coming to the biochemistry, I strongly recommend you to have a quick glance of your PP books. Okay, because most of your glycogen storage diseases, okay, so all these storage diseases, the deficiency of enzyme, the type, are regularly asked memory-based questions in the examination. Of course, vitamins, no need to revise. I hope you can manage the vitamins. Vitamins is not a big deal. Okay, if you want, you can have a quick glance over the dosages of vitamins which are there in your PP books. Okay, but vitamins, most of the questions I feel like you can handle, so no need to check those vitamins. But I want you to check those other things, like which I mean, like which cycles takes place in cytoplasm, which cycles takes place in mitochondria, fatty acid synthesis, your classification of amino acids, what are saturated, what are unsaturated, what are essential, what are non-essential. All these classifications are memory based and they are important and they can ask a question over this. So that's all about biochemistry. Jumping into physiology, particularly, I want you to check out those respiratory system stuff. Okay, lung volumes, lung capacitance. Coming to CVS system. Okay, heart sounds, how these sounds are heard, how the circulation, everything takes place. This is all there in your physiology synopsis part of dental pulse. Endocrine glands, what are the glands and what they secrete, what are the things, hormones they secrete, what happens if it is increases, what happens if it decreases, and all these important stuff are there in your physiology synopsis part, which I strongly recommend you to have a quick glance, because easy part of questions may come from this particular area. So coming to DM, again, DM classifications are very, very important. Okay, coming to the first chapter, that is your physical properties, followed by the classifications. Most of the classification, GIC classification, zinc phosphate classification. You have many classification, density of the bone classifications. So lots of classifications. Few of them were discussed recently on the group also. So it's a combination of operative dentistry plus dental materials. Please check out those classifications and numbers if time permits. So DADH, I want you to see the eruption sequence table once, that eruption sequence table, but years and everything, I hope you can manage the sequence. The sequence, maxilla, mandible, together combined sequence, I ask you to check. Okay, prepare by yourself. I want you to check that. And apart from that, dental pulse synopsis part of your permanent dentition is very, very important. All permanent dentition, what are the unique properties that grooves, where these grooves, mesial lingual groove is seen in, the marginal groove is seen in. Okay, your palatal canals, your palatal lapses are more common with the palatogingival groove is most common with, C-shaped canals are most common with. So all these peculiar properties you have, you try to check those things. Coming to dental histology, I want you to check the enamel and dentin, particularly pulp and everything. I hope you can manage. Enamel, dentin, cementum are important. Okay, you may get confused over these areas. Okay, so what are these properties, like histology related stuff also. If you're clear, okay. If you're not clear, please do check histology. Don't leave those. Enamel, dentin, pulp is important, but I feel like you can handle. Cementum is important. Okay. And similarly, salivary glands. Okay, salivary glands composition, everything will be there, because last 2022, 2 questions were asked on salivary gland composition. Please do check those salivary gland, which is purely serous, which is purely mucous, mixed predominantly serous. What are these glands and everything? Nerve supply, what is the nerve supply for each and every gland? Please do check it. That is all about histology. So jumping into pharmacology, I don't strongly recommend to check out pharmacology, but topics like your general pharmacology, what is zero order kinetics, what is first order kinetics, what is the difference between them, what is Km values, combination with your biochemistry, and drugs which are showing this zero order kinetics, and phases of clinical trials recently discussed on your group, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, all the important points, followed by T-half, the calculations of T-half and everything. I hope you can handle those things. And glucose 6-phosphate deficiency, what are the drugs which are going to cause those hemolysis and everything. And followed by, I want you to check the drug of choices. Okay, particularly chemotherapy, drug of choices for chemotherapy are very, very important. And apart from this, I hope rest of the things you have to do previously. You cannot revise everything related to pharma. It's going to be impossible. Drugs of choices, clinical trials, maybe the general pharmacology part, you can have a quick glance. Then jumping into general pathology, I want you to check out this genes, apoptosis, the genes and those things, particularly genetics. I want you to check the genetics. What is autosomal dominant examples? What is autosomal recessive examples? Okay, X-linked recessive, X-linked, all these examples which are there in your Power Play book, part 3, first 2 pages. So I want you to check those examples which are very, very important, and mode of inheritance, that is pedigree charts and everything. I hope you can handle. So those are important. Apart from that, histological slides of general pathology are very, very important. Complement system and your apoptosis are important. Histological slides of your general pathology and specimens of general pathology are nowadays frequently asked in the examination. So if possible, please do check. Anemias, leukemias, histology, again, it is very, very important. So jumping into microbiology, I don't want you to touch microbiology much, but if time permits and if you're not very sure, immunoglobulins has to be done, hypersensitivity types, and the predominant cells and the examples has to be done. Immunoglobulins stuff has to be done, and followed by like maybe like you need to focus more on like streptococcus, staphylococcus. What is this catalase test positive, catalase test negative, novobiotin test positive, novobiotin test negative, and followed by maybe a glance over the TB drugs are important. Again, anti-TB drugs are important. A glance of these things like are important. I don't want you to waste much of your time on microbiology. Then general medicine, I mean, like it's a combination of pharma, physio, and all these things. No need to spend time. Surgery, I think clinical based questions, I hope you can handle it. So there is nothing that you need to check very deep in your general surgery, like until unless you mark something which are Raleigh memory based or something like classifications. If you have class classification, all these things. Malignant melanoma also 2022 they have asked a question on malignant melanoma also. So if you have any such stuff which are marked by you, then you can check in your general surgery. Coming to oral pathology, oral medicine, I want you to check out the histological slides of the most common tumors, cysts, and all these things. There's nothing very specific. I hope you can do oral path and oral medicine at the best, until unless you have some classifications or something that you have to do it. Please do go back and check it. If not, I hope like oral path, oral medicine, you can manage. Radiology part, there are few things like the units of radiology or something like PP books can help you out. So there are few tables that you have to have a quick glance, which are more of a memory based. But clinical radiographic questions and everything are more of a logical. So there's nothing to revise over there. I hope you can handle them. Then after pedo, I don't strongly recommend to have a glance over pedo. Until unless you want to check some classifications or very specific, you can go back and check it. And coming to ortho tables has to be done from PP books. Okay, so all these tables which you are recently posting on the group as doubts, and all those tables of ortho has to be done. Okay, ortho tables has to be done. Like what is this MCA by MF values, control tipping, uncontrolled tipping, diagrams and everything like momentum, lots of stuff is there, right? So if you're clear, okay, most of these are conceptual things. Like if you're strong, it's okay. If not, if time permits, ortho has to be given some more importance compared to any other subjects. Perio, I hope like you need to check out the drugs. Okay, you need to check out the drugs. You need to check out the sutures, suturing techniques. You need to check out the classifications. Classifications of perio are very, very important. Okay, you need to check out the classifications of perio. What is Murin's classification? What is Miller's gradings, and all these things. Like classifications, instruments of perio, classifications plus the diagrams are important. Okay, so then jumping into the next part, that is oral surgery. Again, I strongly recommend oral surgery. You can handle it. Things to be revised is, if you want, you can revise classifications. So many classifications are there in oral surgery. If you want, you can just have a quick glance over the classifications. If not, you can endo. Similarly, same. I goes with endo. Again, classifications are important. Like a few of those classifications was discussed 2 days back on the group. So you can just check those classifications if you want. Again, operative dentistry, a combination of dental materials plus classifications. ICDAS classification has to be done. Mounts classification has to be done. GV Black's classification has to be done. So there's lots of classification. GIC classification questions are frequently coming. Pitt and Fisher classification questions are frequently coming. You take endo 2020, 21, 22. Of course, 2023, you will have a question on veins or vertices classification. Again, 2021, 22 repeated question, that is loss of orifice location. So I mean, these are very, very important areas, like from operative as well as from endo point of view. So then jumping into the next part, that is the prostho. I want you to have a quick glance. Okay, just try to turn the pages of your dental pulse synopsis part of your CD, FPD, and RPD. Okay, there is nothing very specific. You may get confused related to the major connectors, clasps, okay, of your RPD. And coming to the CD, like you need to focus on articulators, types, examples. You need to focus on compensatory curves. Okay, you need to focus on the formulas and everything. Like, okay, coming to FPD, I hope you can handle FPD. Your Antis law question was given in 2020-21. Choice of phontics, we have discussed lots, right? Phontics. Make sure you check prefabricated phonetics. You may get confused with normal phonetics. I hope you can handle. If time permits, you check the prefabricated phonetics, which are there as a table of 10 lines or something in your dental pulse synopsis. You can go back and check it. That's going to help you out, because they are a bit tricky to understand. They're a bit tricky to answer in the examination without any logics. Then jumping into the implants part, that's what like implants, like video, you have prepared a notes, particularly the distance from the implants, calculations and everything, followed by your density classifications of implant, your osteo integration concept, your fibro osteosynthesis concept, or recently there are a few more concepts given in your implants and their values. So everything is there in your PP books. Okay, I forgot to say about forensic. Check out those classifications of the lip prints. Check out the few things which I have given in your forensic, the methods, techniques, and everything related to forensic odontology I have given as a notes from Schaffers. Okay, so just have a glance. I hope you are already done with that. If time permits, just try to have a glance. That is all about prosto. Then jumping into the community. Community is more of a memory based, like you have few aspects more moving on the memory based. Okay, such things like your committees and all those things, your WHO, recent WHO themes, 22 WHO theme, 23 WHO team, and basic stuff about this COVID-19 related to community stuff. COVID-19 can be an important aspect. Okay, check out the drugs and everything, like whatever Sahiti ma'am has discussed related to the COVID-19. And apart from that, studies, community tests, your biostatistics questions will definitely come, but I hope you can handle them. Okay, so no need to waste time. They're more of a conceptual things. So this is all about like outline of community. Okay, so community, I hope you can ignore. Surgery you can ignore. Endo you can ignore. Operative in combination with DM, if you do, it's going to be good. Prosto, a little bit of brushing is required. Ortho, brushing is required. And that's all. Like coming to the clinical part, that is the thing. Like basics, you need to focus more. I strongly recommend you to focus more on the basics, particularly the first year basics, which are going to be easy and scoring. Okay, right. So this is all about from my side. Yes, question paper will be in part A and part B. Part A will be for 100 marks and part B will be for 140 marks. They told that part A will be focusing more on first year, second year, third year subjects, and part B will be focusing on more on a final year subjects, but it's an integrated exam. You cannot discriminate them as part A, part B. Basically, question can come from like an ortho question related to embryology can come in part A. Okay, or an embryology question related to ortho or pedo can be coming in the part B. So you cannot differentiate the subjects, but it's going to be overall like a part A, part B in your examination. This is all from my side here. About things that you should not skip one day before exam. Focus more on NOT, biochemistry, general path, micro, DM, prosto, ortho. Okay, others I hope you can manage. Okay, right. Is there anything more I need to talk? Physical mental fitness is required. You try to sleep as much as possible today and tomorrow, even in the midday of tomorrow also, if you're feeling sleepy, go and sleep. No, I don't want to give any plans like attempt this or attempt that. Basing upon your convenience, you have to attempt both the parts. So I don't regularly, there are few mentors who are going to give some suggestions, but I don't. You start something, if you're not feeling comfortable, you jump to other. Make sure you have to manage the time, because you have given 25 GTs, which is very, very huge. So there is no point of managing part issue for the Conquer students. Okay, how to avoid negative marking already discussed. Okay, so I hope like you have given 25 mock examinations, so there's no point of talking about negative marking. I hope you know what number has to be attempted and what number has to be done. Okay, no, that's what, like, if you don't know anything, if you don't know completely, for example, I got some like an extraordinary word, like I never heard in the dentistry, even I don't know which subject it is. I don't want to touch such question. There is no trial and error here. I don't want to touch such question. If I know at least the definition of some keyword in the question, I'll try to eliminate the options and I'll try to go. So whenever you know something in the question, attempt it. That is the open principle I can give you. If you feel your preparation is good, you have done your best. Okay. And once you're reading the question, if you know the meaning of the keyword, for example, options are tough, but question is about lichen planus. I know lichen planus. So I'll try my best to attempt the lichen planus question. I don't want to skip the lichen planus question. But if I see a terminology or a pathology, which is completely new to me, so I don't want to touch, I don't want to talk about that. That is how you can avoid negative marking. Negative marking is question which is bringing negative score to you. Means question which is unknown will bring a negative score to you. So don't touch those questions. How to avoid negative marking is already discussed in the video. Okay, I'll post that video after the session on the group. People who want to check that, you can go back and check it. No, thing is, day after tomorrow, 180 minutes is your time and you have 240 questions. Okay, whether you start part 1, whether you start part 2, whether you start A, whether you start B. Okay, so there is nothing, you have to solve all 240 questions. So if you feel you are not comfortable starting part A, then you jump to part B. There's nothing like whatever it is, you have to do all the questions. So like, for example, if you're planning a preparation, and you have left over 10 days, I can ask you focus more on part B clinicals, but exam, it's not like that you have to focus on only one part. So do everything, like whatever you feel comfortable, you can proceed. I don't want to suggest either part A or part B. Anything can happen. Part A can be, some people are going to tell you part A is going to be more tough, part B will be easy. Maybe that is not 100% sure. Even part B can also be tough. So I don't strongly recommend, like you can start something. If you're not feeling so comfortable, then you go to part B. If you're not feeling comfortable there, you can jump here. But if you're feeling comfortable and things are on your track, just go forward and straight away try to finish them. But that's what I'm telling. Solving the question paper, I don't want you to go for rounds. Okay, there were few people telling that round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. We cannot sit for that many rounds in 3 hours, because you hardly have 45 seconds to solve each and every question, which is very, very minimal time. And if you're getting a case-based question, 45 seconds is not at all sufficient. Okay, so what you have to do is, there is only 2 rounds. One is round 1, known questions. Second one is round 2, unknown questions. That's all. For example, if case-based question, 10 lines is there, it's going to eat away your time. So pull that to round 2. Question which require calculation, some mean, mode, some question is given, or positive prediction, negative prediction question is given. Push it to round 2. If time permits only, you have to answer round 2 questions. If time doesn't permit, your scoring will be moving on round 1. So whenever you have more than 5 lines, whenever you feel like this question is going to take more time for you, you just skip it to round 2. Right? Round 2, you can skip it. Question which requires time for elimination, question which requires time to think and answer, which will take some time, round 2. Okay. So for example, if a question is asked, rubber dam was given by, okay, rubber dam was given by, you have to answer it. There is no point of waiting and pushing this question to round 2, because you cannot invent rubber dam in the 2 or 3 hours and come out with the right answer. Calculation based, memory based, or classification based, little bit of confusion which requires time, they can be pushed to round 2. Okay, clean, clear, simple, repeat questions, known aspects has to be done in round 1, and the leftover questions has to be handled in round 2. That's all. Don't worry about papers, pencils, and everything. Okay, if they provide paper, they will provide for everyone. If they provide pencil, they will provide for everyone. So there is no bias in this. Okay, so don't worry about that. It is same for all the students. It's a competitive exam, same for all the students. So don't worry about them. Yes, you can open. You can open. You will have those blocks. You can open whenever you want. Anything more? Of course, we will pray. Don't worry. Prayers are already started. Whatever we can do, we'll do it. Don't worry. Your job is to peacefully enter the examination center. Give your best shot. And 85 to 90% of the questions will be coming in the boundaries what were taught to you, what were discussed to you. 200 questions will be coming in your boundaries. My mind is only not stable here. How can I expect my students' mind to be stable? Exam, this is exam. Definitely our mind will be unstable. You are going to the exam. Why my mind should be unstable? Even my mind is also unstable. Not only me, everyone, even Saidi ma'am is also watching the video. Why she has to watch this video? Pointless. Because she is also feeling a bit tensed. That's the point here. Okay, so my point is very clear and simple. Exam, even I still remember 2018, I have given my MDS third year final exam. I still remember how tensed I was while giving the exam or while giving the exam means tension. That can be an LKG exam, that can be a PhD exam also. At any level, any age, tension will be there. So that's a common thing. You try to overcome that. Which exam is easy? I just want to ask one question. Which exam is easy? Like your final year theory exams are easy, or MCQ exam is easy? MCQ exam is easy. Final year theory exam, you have to write something from your brain. You have to draw the diagrams. Here you have to just keep ABCD, that pinky, pinky, ponky. Okay, well, whenever you have, I recently have seen a video, MCQ, how to handle MCQ. Whatever the option which is the longest, that is the answer. All of the above answer, none of the above answer. Okay, MCQ exam is easier. Answers are in front of you. You have to select the answer. Writing an answer is difficult. Selecting an answer is difficult. Writing an answer is difficult, or selecting the answer is difficult. It's very simple. Okay, so whatever exam you are giving is an easy exam. Okay, why you are tensed is this exam result may affect your career. That is the reason why you are tensed. Am I talking? My words are sensible, right? Why you're fear? Why you're scared? Because this exam rank or score may affect your future. It's not exam which is making tense. It is the outcome of exam. Outcome of exam is just spoiling your party. So come to the reality. So what my suggestion for all of you is, every one of you is, I can give you 100% of assurance that your life will be comfortable in dentistry. Okay, because we are planning few more classes after your exam, both offline and online, many interactions. This year I'm coming with a different approach. So your life in dentistry will be definitely comfortable. That is 100% for sure. Okay, so don't worry about your future in dentistry, because you're more worried about your future in dentistry because this exam may impact your future. Whatever it is, whether you're private college, government college, whether you're from clinical department, non-clinical department, we have a very good plans. Don't worry about the outcome of this exam on your career. Go give a best shot and come back. Go give a best shot and come back. This is what anyone can do. Okay, so don't overreact to the situation. There are many things which you have to focus on the future. Okay, many things like post exam is the real game. That is the real game. What department to be choose, which college to be choose, where I have to do, what I have to do, how I have to do, what I have to learn, your HODs, your teachers, seniors. This is more important than this exam. But I told you, right, the exam rank may give you some sort of satisfaction. Okay, picking the college, government college, stipends and everything. So for this, we are into this. That is open secret. So go. Tell us about mark review. They will consider it. Why to keep in mark review? I don't understand the problem here. Why you want to keep it in review? Why? Waste of time. Again, you want to go, keep it in review. Again, you want to remove the review, keep it in unanswered. Again, you want to answer it. Why? I don't understand. Here, mark review and all these are very important because you want to revise it. They are important. Is there anyone planning to revise tomorrow or day after tomorrow on the day in the examination hall? People are planning to revise anything? Why to mark the review? I don't understand why the Neet people also kept mark review. I will read this review after 2 days. Attempt. So this is illogical, right? So just go, be smart. This is what smartness required, right? Why to keep it in the review? Why to open it back again, keep it in the unanswered? Why you want to go keep it in answered? Why you are wasting so much of time? How many seconds you have for each question? How many seconds you have for each question? 45. In this 45 seconds, you can do all this panchayati. I'm asking, you can do all these things. Go back. Definitely in this 45 minutes, you need to go to one round of washroom. You will have this all imaginations and everything. Blankness will be there for 15, 10, 20. So many things happen here to this 3 hours. It's almost like like you'll have that RRR movie feeling will be there. 3 hours, right? South Indian movies are 3 hours, minimum 3 hours nowadays. So you'll have all those feelings. No interval, no break. Okay. So I don't want you to do, I mean, I'm giving an open statement for all Conquer students. No reviews, nothing. If you know, answer it. If you don't know, unattempt it. If you want to come back and check, attempt it. So don't waste your time. Okay. One of my senior did not qualify because she did not make the answers after marking them for review. Better we will not do it. That's what I'm telling. Again, you need to feel bad whether they will carry it or not, whether they won't carry it or not. This is all like confusion. So that's what, like, I don't suggest. I mean, definitely before you start the examination, before you enter the examination, what is going to happen is there will be big screen keeping all the rules, regulations, how the scorings will occur, everything. Okay. Then you need to submit, keep a tick mark, and you need to submit. Same like how you attempt your examinations here, the mock examinations. A screen will come, right? A screen will come, a similar screen will come, and you need to read each and everything, because you are going to enter the examination hall like half an hour or 1 hour. What is the time they have given? I have not seen the time. 1 hour before the examination time you have to enter, or half an hour? Oh, okay, whatever it is, like you will have time to check all those things. But I strongly recommend, like if you want to clear the questions, if you want a question to be checked again, then you can keep those things in the review, but make sure the review has to remove. Either they have to be shifted to answered, either they have to be shifted to unanswered. Because I hope it's clear, right? So don't waste time on this review aspect and feel bad after the examination. Be clear, be simple, be cool, and be composed. Anything apart from this review? So many are worried more about reviews. Nowadays, every movie they're giving review. And this year, students are giving review for my question paper after the exam. Sir, extraordinary question paper. Very nice paper setting, sir. Reviews are very common nowadays. I will give a review after the result for your preparation. Anything more, or shall we close the session? Okay, go back and study. Okay, so a few things maybe we'll be discussing in the voice notes.
Hi, Shrikant.
Hi, ma'am.
Awesome. Dear students, all the very best for your exam. So don't be panic state, don't stress yourself, just be calm and composed and be happy. Okay, so don't worry about the result, don't worry about the exam. You have done extremely well, just give the exam, that's it. Okay, with 100% confidence, you give it. Nothing more than that and nothing less than that. You will have your result. Whatever it is there, it's already written in the heaven and it is absented. So don't worry about that. So just go and write the exam and do your best. Okay, and one small tip is, if once you open the exam and the first 2-3 questions, maybe if they are the tough ones or they are the ones which you didn't read, don't let that affect the other 230 questions. Okay, so what happens is you'll be thinking about the first question or the second question and you try to show the impact on others. Just don't do that. That's the only tip I want to give. Even if it is 20-30 questions, touch wood, you not have that situation. Definitely 200 to 220 questions will be the known questions. Just that you have to think and you have to apply and you have to write. That's all. Okay, just that 5-10 questions will be there. If by luck, bad luck, if those are the first questions, don't let that affect your other questions. That's the only thing I want to say. Okay, so you will do extremely well. It depends on the paper of how many questions you have to attend. So once you know where you are standing and where you are prepared, accordingly you write the exam. So just give the exam with calm and composed mind. Okay, don't stress, don't get sweated hands, and don't vomit, or of course all that will happen to many of the students. They will be like nausea feeling. Everyone have seen many. Already the messages I've been getting, ma'am, I'm getting nausea feeling, ma'am, I'm not able to sleep, ma'am, I'm not able to wake up, or I'm not able to eat. I'm trying to say the same thing. Just try to calm yourself. Not only you, right? Almost thousands of students are writing the same exam. So how you are managing your stress levels is up to you. Okay? Yeah. All the best.
Okay, guys. So thing is, if question paper is tough, or if a question is tough, it is tough for everyone, not for you. And
That's right.
whatever content you have done and whatever we have given, it is something extraordinary. Okay, it is like it is beyond the things that we have done, so many things for this particular batch. So your preparation is really the next level. So of course it's a comparative exam, right? So if you feel something is tough, like if the feel like I still remember 2020 question paper was completely a bouncer for most of the students. They were coming out and telling that the question paper was so tough, so tough, so tough. Okay, but finally, once the result was out, everyone, they have a very decent and a good rank in their hands. This is mainly you underestimate yourself. Even I, my 2015, my paper, like I have given a horrible attempt. I've given a horrible attempt. Okay, I was feeling very bad. But on the day of result, I was so happy because others have done more horrible than me. So my rank was around like 30, and that is more than sufficient for me. Okay, so it's like comparative thing. Like you have done well. Who knows this? We know that you have done really extraordinary, but you may underestimate yourself that I don't know this, I don't know that. Okay, so point here is you're going to do extraordinary. So I have 100% confidence on this. And don't assume that magics are going to happen from the first question paper. As Sahiti ma'am said, like, I hope you have seen many movies, like twist will be there in the interval bang, or the things will be settled down in the final climax, right? So I want every one of you to fight till the last minute. It's a fight. It's a fight of 3 hours. Assume that this is a fight of 3 hours, and you have to give this fight till the last minute. I still remember there were students who were really extraordinary. First 10 or 20 questions spoiled. She spoiled the entire exam. And the other student was a referred student from the same batch. This is a topper. 2019, they're from Vishnu. Topper 2017, she's a topper of the batch, university topper. She spoiled the exam because first questions were 10 were so tough. And other student who is a referred student, she's very lucky on that day because her first 10 questions were known questions. And finally, unknowingly, the referred student has got the best rank among the callers. Okay, so fight till the last second, and there will be few more suggestions which will be dropped as a voice note, maybe tomorrow night. Okay, if you have anything, you can just drop me on the WhatsApp. I'm talking to most of you on the phone. I was talking to a few of you on the phone. Okay, so if you need anything, any help, any support psychologically, mentally, the entire team is open to help you out. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Any more? If you can drop it on the chat box. Shall we sign off and focus more on revision? Yes. Bye bye. Take care. I may be available in one center in Hyderabad. Sahiti ma'am and Pratisha ma'am may be available in the second center, because it's going to be difficult to manage those 2 centers in the morning session. Like afternoon, I can manage the 2 sessions. Okay, guys, take care. Bye bye.